this, but I found some stuff that's kind of interesting. What started this? So, ABS system in this truck is in op, has been in op for a long time. Can't find the module for it. It's a 94 S10. So I removed the little bulb on the back of here. Now I'm having a hard time remembering where that was. But the ABS bulb, I removed it. Because that's your brake bulb. That's a little red light. Where was it? It's one of these little ones. That's upshift. I took that off. That freaking annoys the piss out of me too. Try to tell me when to shift. So I took that off. Took the ABS light off. That's service engine. That's hazards. I don't know why that's like that. But ABS, where did ABS go? Might have been that one. Battery now. Let's flip it over. I can see it that way. That's no good. I didn't mean to drop that. So ABS light right there. That light would always glow because it doesn't work. So when I strip that out, the computer's got a fix for that. If that bulb burns out, it turns on your freaking brake light, which pisses me off because then now I start ignoring my brake light. And I caught myself driving with my freaking brakes on a couple of times already. So, yeah. Put that back in. That'd be this light right here then. Do need this. So while I'm in here, in my stash, I've got lots of LEDs. I've got plenty enough to actually switch this over to a blue LED dash. But what I'm finding and what makes me want to do this video is these little deals here, your little bulb sets. You'd think that's just interchangeable 194 bulbs. As a matter of fact, they are marked that right there. They're 194 bulbs. That's what these LED ones are. They're 194s. But very interesting. Let's see if we can get in here close enough and focus enough. Golly, focus. The leads to those bulbs are somehow spot welded or miniature solder. Doesn't look like a lot of solder, but they're soldered to the contacts of these little bulb holders. So you pretty much got to rip these out to do that. So now I'm committed. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the aluminum ones done. Got to get this 5th one done. But so to pull that out, you kind of got to yank it back and forth. Can't do this with... I'm using my phone to make this video, real short video. I'm not intending to do much on this, but you got to be able to break those leads. And I don't know, I'll get a knife blade in there or something. If I had a set of tweezers out here, maybe somehow to break those leads and then pull the bulb out. Because you end up, as you can see on these ones I did, you see I kind of yanked them off and broke the leads a little bit. And that one most certainly broke the leads. That means your bulbs here are basically trash when you're done. What it makes me want to do is go and research and see if you get this entire freaking bulb holder, does it give you the whole holder and the bulb together? It'd be weird if not. So now what I'm looking at is I'm bending these leads around and hoping they hold well enough. Vibration will probably freaking make them go loose. I don't know. I could try to solder them in, I suppose. But I'm just... Come on, focus. Yeah, just trying to bend them over there and try to crimp them on there tight enough. But we'll see. This may be a failure. But you get these 194s, you see they come bent over. And just take them. Get a nail under there. This is fun to do one-handed. Just get it over straight. Straighten it out a little bit. Which side's this one? On that side, okay. Now these leads on these things simply go into the chip boards here for the LED chips. Now the secondary worry of this one is, am I getting the polarity right? If I'm right, all I got to do is just switch these 180 degrees, put them back in, and it should work. If I've got one or two that aren't illuminating like I need them to. It should be simple as that. But again, still the problem of I don't have the fine soldering tools I'd need to be able to solder that back on there, which would be the most solid connection to do with it. Otherwise, I'm just trying to crimp it in there with whatever I've got. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so it looks like I've actually got the blue illumination that I was after, which makes it more like the Suburban is. It's kind of cool. Might be needing to look at this side because that looks dim. Probably so. The other thing I didn't talk about that I did with the ABS light, notice, so here's what I'm talking about. Boom, I turn on the brake, boom, I get that brake light. So now what was happening was, because this bulb was out, the computer or collapsible circuit or who knows what they freaking have in here would turn on that brake light, so then I'd forget that I've actually got the brake on when I'm driving. Smoked the snot out of my back brakes. That was bad news. But the other thing I did there is I actually colored the bulb a little bit, trying to freaking blacken it out so the connection's still there. Now it won't be as glaring at me, maybe. I don't know, I might try a little bit more. Tape it or something, I don't know what to do. I just don't want that glaring at me, and it won't be glaring at me now. It's just gonna be a little one, but I do think I got to switch this one around. What's fun though is all the other ones seem to have worked. There's one in the center, two on the sides, and two on the sides. So I think this top one I have to look at. But yeah, well, I guess I committed. One of those things. I was in here just to fix this whole thing between the brake and the between that brake and the freaking ABS crap. And I saw that I have the blue bulb, so I looked at it, did it, and obviously committed. So, all right, let's get back to it. So if my theory is correct about it, it's fun trying to move your hands through a freaking... These things are tight too. All I should have to do is rotate it, and that'll change the contacts. Things I've noticed, and you gotta be real gentle, I'm sure. Freaking 25-year-old plastic. Boom, there we go, it's in. I also want to take a look at those connections. What I've been using, it's freaking hilarious, my piece of coat hanger. I just try to get it crimped down on there the best I can. I don't have the fine tools I would need to really do this. I've got them bent and crimped, and we'll see if that holds. See, there's what I was talking about with that. You know, comes out of this hole. Blackened it up with a Sharpie. I guess some light still gets through. I wonder if I can cut electrical tape to be small enough to wrap this thing and still go in there. Try to kill as much light on that thing as I can. If I had some black touch-up paint, that'd probably be even better, but we'll see. Occurs to me the other thing I could do too is a T15. So I can pull this plastic cover off, and I can put some marker over that since I can see exactly where the ABS is. Try to black it out as much as I can. There's a reason they call them idiot lights, because an idiot like me will ignore them and then drive down the street with his freaking brakes on and smoke his brakes. Yeah. May not be a smart man, but I figure some stuff out. Let's get back to it. It comes off like that. Fun thing is this Milwaukee Sharpie type thing gives it a red tint at certain lights, right? So the two lights that bug me the most, that upshift light and that ABS one, color it over them. We'll see if that works. All I care is, does it block it so I can drive in peace? You know, I got a 94 because I figured no airbags, minimal electronics, things should be nice and easy, should be clean. Not really. There's still stuff. I guess not as bad as having one of the 2019 frickin' Colorados. Too many computers for me. Alright, reassemble. Before I do, I gotta take the time to actually hit this with some Windex inside and out. You can see some dust in here, probably ought to brush that out, blow it out. Don't want to screw with all my needles. 140,188, right? I've had this truck since 2002. It had 40,000 miles on it when I bought it. So I've only put 100,000 miles on this truck in the years that I've owned it. I'm gonna get close to 20 years that I've had this truck now. But yeah, here we go. So it's got little nubs there and there to help you line it up. Obviously get it through the hole of that deal that helps you reset your odometer. But I would certainly not do this with power tools. 20-some-odd-year-old plastic. Get it down till it's snug. I don't think it needs much more. That's probably why they use really, really tiny screws like this. I don't know what size the hex portion is, because it's not a 5 and it's not a 6. 5.5? I swear one of my kits had a 5.5, and that's probably what that is, which is an oddball size, or maybe it is SAE, I don't know, but it's T15 Torx to get this out. Alright, you can see I got the stickiness here left over from the electrical tape that I had over there to block the shift light, because I can't stand that light, but yeah. I'll clean that up, put this back together, and I think this video is done. Alright, there we go. I just had to flip around with the bulbs, change the polarity by flipping them, and it worked. I've got full lighting on everything. Luckily, I know how to tear this truck apart, because these bulbs, as I've seen in the Suburban, they can be cantankerous a little bit. And let's hope that little crimping I did holds, because if not, I've got to get some really fine soldering. And for my old eyes, a frickin' magnifying glass too, so this should be fun. I've got all blue interior lights other than, you know, the warning stuff. But that's fun. It actually seems to have blocked out that ABS. That shift one will too. I'm afraid to use anything other than Gooby Gun on this. Damage my plastic, so that's just that it's gonna be there. But yeah, hopefully this solves my issue. If you're dealing with similar stuff, I hope this helped you. Hope this gives you something to think about, something to do. If you're just wanting to actually just change out to LEDs, you want green, blue, yellow, whatever color you like. Hopefully this helped you. I'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate you watching.